Well, Christmas is almost here. Hope you got your shopping done, or at least almost there. But if you're stressing out from all that shopping and that crazy traffic, just take a break and get down to some beats, rhymes, and nightlife with me, Max Bundles. Just doing what we do best. We also got an interview on tonight's show from MH3 out of San Jose. Gonna play some of his tracks as he talks more about what's going on with him. You can find him on Bandcamp as well as Facebook.com, that guy MH3. Dust Jam from Grass Valley, California is going to be on the show for the first time as well, so stay tuned for all this and more. Let's get the show going, and once again, this is Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife with me, Max Bundles. This track's got a sample from 1975's Mating Drive from Lenny White. Off the Medication album released in 2000, he just got Down to Medication from Hyro's own Souls of Mischief. Gangsta Bitch from Apache's coming up in just a sec out of 1993 with much more on the way, as well as the interview with MH3 coming right up here on Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife with Max Bundles. Look up Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife with Max Bundles on Facebook for requests, shout-outs, even interviews like the one coming up right now. Well, it's not live, but still, I had a chance to chat it up with MH3, so let's hear a bit more about what he's got to say.
Alright, well, I'll tell you a bit about myself. My name's Max. I go by DJ MH3. Well, I mean, some people call me DJ MH3. I haven't really gotten to call myself that. I just usually go with just MH3. Originally from Merced, California. I currently live in San Jose, California. I'm a producer and actually going to come out with some vocal work soon. I don't know what kind yet, but I guess we'll see.
Missed last week's show? No worries. You're in tune to Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife as a podcast with me, Max Bundles, on Middle Tennessee Music. On Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife, that was Joyner Lucas. But back to MH3, I was trying to get a feel for where he's from and how that influenced him musically. Here's what he said.
I actually am born and raised in Merced, California. I guess I was influenced by a lot of music that was growing up, and I actually did want to do producing for a long time, ever since like I heard about producing like back in high school, and I just came into my own like when I came back actually in 2016, when I had some family issues, so I came back. I was living down in the Bay Area for a long time, for about 4 years. And I came back, and I was just checking out the scene, and a lot of people have influenced me to give music a try again, only this time, like, do a little differently. I gotta give a shout-out to my friend out there, Chris King. He goes by DJ CMK. I actually kind of derived my name from the way he made his name in over there. He actually does like electronic stuff with this group called Negative Child out there, and I guess they're getting pretty good in the area, getting some play. Anyway, so I guess like just growing up with different kind of people in my background, you know, like with different communities. Like I was like I lived in like a poorer neighborhood a few times, a richer neighborhood, like, well, more like a middle-class neighborhood than anything, and like in another part of the city. And I guess that's where my influences come from, as far as like, I guess like if you're looking for contemporaries, I guess just rap and hip-hop on the radio and some on the underground, although I haven't really gotten to listen to much of the underground other than like artists like Necro, who I really like enjoy because his stuff gets a bit morbid, but You see, I actually enjoy that fact that he is his own musician also. Because I'm also a musician, like I don't just make beats. I also play guitar. I've played guitar for about almost 15 years, and also did get some ideas from Mike Lod. If you don't know who that is, I guess you could probably look him up. He likes like playing with stuff. He actually has a backing band also like that backs him up, and it's pretty cool. So I guess there's that.
Sampling Fly Away from Lenny Kravitz and KRS-One's I'm Still Number One, we got the one from Slaughterhouse. That's a lot of ones. With more MH3 in a minute here on Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife. We got more music from MH3 on Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife in a second, but first, here's what he said when I asked how long he's been making music and all the changes he's seen go down. Pretty interesting info. Here we go.
At the current state, I've been making music for about, I'd say since 2016, just making this kind of music. Before I didn't have a couple bands. I actually was in a goth band, kind of a stint with a punk band, a couple of metal bands, a rock band. I did try out for covers, but that didn't really work out. I guess my schedule and stuff like that. But I guess in the local scenery, it's been changing. But I guess the hip thing was getting gear, basically. Getting stuff that you can hand in hand. Without really much using computer, which is what I tried to do. Just try to use the computer as less as possible, unless there's something truly different that I cannot produce on. I have an extra tone track coming out, and on that, you can't really produce with equipment unless there's some equipment out there that I don't know about that produce that. But I guess there's a lot of trap out there, a lot of lo-fi hip hop. I kind of fit in kind of the middle because I explore different things, just seeing what works really, seeing what sticks to the floor or to the wall, you know what I mean. But I guess my stuff, unless I try to promote it, it wouldn't be really played on mainstream radio. But that's not what I strive for anyway, so there.
Got more tracks on the way on Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife with Max Bundles, but here's what MH3 had to say when I asked what made him go the experimental route.
I mean, there's not really anything wrong with what isn't up nowadays, chill hop or lo-fi hip hop. I do experiment with lo-fi hip hop, but I guess not in the way other people are doing it. I think because people are using MIDI controllers rather than an actual box like I do, and it's not I won't go to that, but if I do go into that, I'll probably do my own thing on it rather than doing what everyone else does. Sure, that gets a lot of play on Spotify and SoundCloud and all kinds of other places, but my goal is not to emulate what people are doing, at least try not to. But I have no qualms for that. I do respect people who do boom bap, it's supposed to trap or more contemporary forms of electronic music. Yeah, but I don't have no problem with that. I just go my own way,
Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife got Dead Prez on the way right after MH3 tells us about his inspirations.
Well, I mean, my biggest influence actually, to be totally honest, was Slipknot, because, they're a metal band, but they also delve into other things that probably wouldn't be considered airplay quality or anything, and I guess producers like Timbaland and I actually been liking Kill the Noise a lot, but I I don't think I'll be able to do that. I mean, like not able to do that, but kind of like not like emulating what he's doing or he or she's doing. I don't know who that is, by the way. I guess like, just like a lot of like contemporary hip hop as well as the underground. Like I said, Mike Ladd really inspired me. I checked out a couple of his albums, and my first record with him was listening to him was actually a dollar record that I found in Rasputin, and it was like live in Paris, and I don't know, that just opened my mind up to these things, like maybe like hip hop doesn't have to be like, or electronic music doesn't have to be like what everybody else is doing, like just do your own thing. Like if people like it, sure, fine. Like if people don't, like whatever, at least you're having fun, right?
We all got different opinions about our local hip-hop community, so I was wondering how MH3 felt about that. You're going to hear all about it here now on Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife.
Well, my buddy DJ CMK, who not only does like hip-hop, but he also does other stuff like trap and some EDM stuff. He really influenced me into getting gear, like fairly inexpensive gear, by the way, and just jamming out, just coming up with beats or whatever. So shout out to that guy, Chris King. Yeah, you hear me on here. Well, if you do. As far as the local hip hop scene goes in Merced, I actually haven't been to a lot of like hip hop shows in Merced. I mean, like there are like a lot of underground stuff. Actually, funny story. This guy, like years back before I started making music and stuff, I was in a Christian group, not a singing group, it was like a Bible study group, and we went to this like Christian hip hop concert. It was so hilarious, but it was fun. It was really fun. A lot of it was on the nose, but a lot of it was just good old-fashioned fun. I can't really think of the names, but I swear to you, there was this guy that was on there. Maybe somebody out there will correct me and tell me who it is. But there was a guy who said holla holla, hallelujah. It was so funny, but it was so cool. He was taking himself really seriously, and no, I mean maybe not so, but it was just so hilarious and so fun. I couldn't help but enjoy it. But as far as the local hip hop scene, I have a couple of cousins that are in hip hop, but are actually more into gangster rap, and because there's quite a gang issue there. Merced. I'm not going to diss on my hometown, but I mean, you can't ignore what's going on over there, there's that. But as far as local influences go, I guess that's what I got.
Eric Sermon with Marvin Gaye, That's Music, on Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife, with more from MH3 as we start off the second hour talking about his favorite tracks.
Well, a couple tracks that are fun to play are Chrome Forest, which is more like EDM kind of jungle track, but I guess there is some hip hop influences there, but not a whole lot. Basically anything that I come up on the spot that because usually I just do live sets, live beats, and they usually work out into my favor. That's what trying out things is all about. Just finding your groove and going with it, and that's what I do. Whenever I perform, I just if I don't have anything planned, I'll just play with something, and usually comes out good or right. But I guess you would say that, and And Blunderstock is one of them that kind of catches people off guard. It's kind of like freaks people out a little bit. So, like, that's fun to play live because, like, people don't know what to expect. And they're like, what is this? What is this? Some kind of, like, scary movie or something? And, I don't know, like, I guess, like, that's what I got, though.
Well, MH3 did mention Blunderstock, so I figure might as well play that track now, here, on Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife. I'm digging it. Got Farside on the way, but let's hear more about what MH3 is working on coming up.
I actually do have a couple of products on the way. I'm actually working with OPR Joseph Walker out in Modesto. I guess he's got a track that he wants me on, and we'll see how that goes. And I have a new EP coming out. It's called Solstice. It might be called Solstice 2.0 because it's going to be a little bit revamped than what was initially planned. There's a whole story on that I won't get into right now, but if anybody's got any questions, like, you can hit me up on my Facebook or anything. But anyway, it'll just be mostly a beat EP. Although there are some that I was planning to MC. There's definitely one, like what I discussed, there is an extra tone track that's on there. I actually like kind of like just go crazy on that because that was literally the last thing I recorded, like, before I was kicked out, like, of my childhood home. And I guess it was just raw emotion there, and like I couldn't put it to words, so I just like was yelling indiscriminately, you know, and just doing things. And so there's that, and I also have like a planned track coming out, and I'll share that to you soon, but it might be holiday themed, maybe.
Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife. That was Guillotine from Death Grips. Love that grimy goodness. And as an artist that's done his share of touring, we all have those moments. And I asked MH3 what his best moment was on stage, and here's what he said.
I'd say one of my best moments so far was actually a thing I did out in Modesto with Austin Daniels. It was a kind of like a hip hop dance, not dance battle, like a rap battle. And it was actually real fun, and I would totally do it again if I was able to, or if I was invited. And it was just totally fun. Like I had a trap track that on there, which I don't have anymore because I have a different machine now. But it was so fun. Like, everyone like ciphered on it, and it was great. Like, everyone there like ciphered on it. It was fucking great. Like, you know, like just like everyone like taking their turns, like, and me like shouting in the background like, hey, you know, like, because that's really all I could do right now is just back up like, hey, you know. But that's one of my best moments. Another one was when I was invited to play at the UC Merced. There wasn't a lot of people there, but I had a lot of fun, you know, like there's some people there, and I actually did go to school there for a little bit, you know.
We all got a plan, like tuning in to Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife at all times. Not for real though. I asked MH3 what his goals were with music and where he sees himself in 5 years, which is quite a jump, but here's the plan.
Those are maybe like to expand more, you know, get more artists involved, you know, like do more things on my track, like sing or rap or do something, and, you know, like promote other people and other things, you know, like go into different boundaries, you know, like just go in the distance, you know, like in Hercules, I can go the distance, or, you know, like that. Anyway, 5 years, man, I'd hope to be in a better situation than I am. Like, I'm not in instability. It's just maybe like I'd like to be able to like perform more for people that want to see me. I know people want to see me, like to see me.
Shout out to MH3 for getting on the show tonight. On Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife, now we got Sweet Potato Pie from Domino.
Shout out to Joseph Walker out in OPR. He opened me up to the Modesto scene. You know, like a lot of people know me from there just because of that, and I thank him for that. And also thank Chris King on Merced, DGCMK. Hit him up on SoundCloud, Bandcamp, you know, everything. The dude is real cool, and he taught me a lot of things that like I know about production and stuff, because I basically had to relearn everything after I kind of left like my schooling on Expression College. So shout out to that guy. Shout out to my wife Amanda for putting up with this, and also, you know, supporting me no matter what I'm doing. You know, like there's that. All my fans out there. You know, from Sloom, Curtis, I think his name is. I am bad with names. Ben Line, Marco Laguna, and there's another guy. I forgot it. I'm sorry if I didn't catch your guys' name, but every fan that I have out there in Merced and Modesto and wherever, shout out to you guys, because you guys are one of the only reasons I'm up and you know, like in a safer spot. You know, like doing music again. So, peace. Thanks, Max, for having me on the air. I appreciate that. All right, bro.
Sway Lee and Post Malone's Sunflower will be ending off the night. Shout out to Dust Jam, and big shout out to MH3. You'll hear much more from them both in the future, and also look up Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife Max Bundles on Facebook. Hit me up there to ask me anything. I'll be back next week, same time, same place, and can't wait to see you then. Once again, you've been listening to Beats, Rhymes, and Nightlife with me, Max Bundles. Peace.